He has her but still wants you. You're not crazy for feeling something. You're not overreacting. You see it in his eyes, in the way he talks to you, the late night messages, the attention that goes beyond casual. And yet he's still with her. Here's what you need to hear, and you might not like it, but he doesn't get to have both. When someone is in a relationship, but still trying to keep a foot in the door with you, what they're really saying is, I want the thrill of you, but not the responsibility of choosing you. That's not love, that's convenience. You are not an option. You are not a what if. You are not the person someone gets to keep in their back pocket until they figure out what they want. If he truly wanted you, he would be single. He would have made the hard decision. He would have shown up. But he hasn't, so let me be blunt. Don't settle for being the emotional escape for someone who doesn't have the courage to leave what he's in, or the integrity to stop dragging you along. Because here's the truth, real love doesn't come in the form of someone else's half commitment. If someone wants you, they need to show up for you. All in, not someday. Not if things don't work out with her. Now, walk away with your dignity, and when you do, you'll make room for someone who chooses you without hesitation. When someone expresses desire for you but doesn't take meaningful action to be with you, it's not romance, it's manipulation, whether intentional or not. This often shows up in the form of a man who is already in a relationship, yet finds ways to keep a connection with you alive. He sends late night messages, makes you feel special, flirts with subtlety or even openly, and drops hints that things aren't great with her. It's the emotional breadcrumbing that keeps you close, intrigued, and emotionally invested without him ever having to make an actual decision. This kind of behavior can be incredibly confusing. It taps into your feelings, makes you question what's real, and even leads you to justify staying in this emotional limbo because maybe one day he'll choose me. The truth is, if he wanted to be with you, and only you, he would have acted on it. People who truly want something don't hesitate forever. They make moves, they take risks, they step up. Wanting you in theory while staying comfortably attached to someone else in practice isn't romantic. It's selfish. Desire without commitment isn't a compliment. It's a tactic, conscious or unconscious, to keep you emotionally available while he gets the best of both worlds. He gets the security and routine of one relationship and the excitement and emotional validation of another. You become his escape, his what if, the person who gives him energy when things get stale elsewhere. But he never actually steps forward, and the more you respond to it, the more you validate his ability to treat you as an option rather than a priority. It's important to recognize that someone who says they care about you but doesn't make a move to be with you is showing you the truth through their inaction. People often try to soften the blow with, "It's complicated," or "I just need time." But the reality is, time is not the issue. Courage is, integrity is, and someone who genuinely wants to build something with you won't hide behind excuses while still holding someone else's hand. Don't let desire confuse you into thinking you're being loved. Don't mistake attention for intention. It's easy to get caught up in the chemistry, the attention, the idea of what could be. But the real question you should be asking isn't, does he want me? It's, is he willing to choose me? Because desire alone means nothing if there's no action behind it. Remaining emotionally available to someone who isn't available to you in return is one of the fastest ways to drain your self-worth. You start to compromise, to shrink, to settle for crumbs. You deserve someone who sees you, values you, and makes the effort to be with you. Not someone who flirts with the idea of you while still entangled elsewhere. If someone wants you but won't choose you, they're not loving you. They're using you, and that's not desire worth staying for. Being treated like a backup plan is one of the most emotionally damaging positions you can find yourself in. especially when you're emotionally invested in someone who hasn't truly chosen you. When a man keeps you close while remaining in a relationship with someone else, he's making a silent statement. You're good enough to keep around, but not valuable enough to commit to. That's not just unfair, it's deeply disrespectful to your worth. It often starts subtly. He reaches out when things aren't going well with her. He leans on you emotionally, confides in you in ways he doesn't with his partner, and gives you just enough to feel special, but not enough to build anything real. He makes you feel like you're the one who really gets him, and maybe on some level you do. But even if the connection feels genuine, if he's not leaving his current situation to be with you, he's placing you in a holding pattern that serves his emotional needs while completely sidelining yours. You deserve to be someone's first choice, not a convenient option they return to when things are rough elsewhere. Being a backup plan means you're only considered under specific conditions. If things fall apart with her, if he gets bored, if he needs a thrill, if he needs comfort. And that's a situation where you're always reacting, never being chosen outright. You're constantly hoping he'll see your value, but here's the hard truth: people already see your value. They just choose whether or not they want to honor it. When someone keeps you in that second place position, what they're really doing is keeping you emotionally tethered. You're stuck in a state of waiting for clarity, for a decision, for a sign that he's finally going to pick you. But someone who truly wants to be with you doesn't make you wait indefinitely. They don't risk losing you to keep their options open. They choose you clearly, fully, and without ambiguity. It's easy to mistake this emotional limbo for romantic tension, like you're living out some epic love story that just needs time to unfold. But in reality, you're being asked to settle for a version of love that comes with conditions, only if things end with her, only when the timing is right, only once I figure things out. That is not real love. That's contingency planning. That's keeping you close enough to not lose you, but far enough away to avoid responsibility. You are not a placeholder. You are not a side chapter in someone else's story. You are the main event, the real thing, the person someone should be willing to make sacrifices to be with. If he's not choosing you now, what makes you think he'll choose you later? People don't suddenly find courage. They act when they want something badly enough. Don't waste your time being plan B when you deserve to be someone's only plan. You're not someone's maybe, you're someone's yes. Love isn't just about feelings, it's about choices. It's about action. It's about having the courage to step into something real, even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable. Someone can say they care about you, that they feel something deep, that they see a future with you, but unless they are willing to do something about it, those words mean very little. Clarity without courage is just fantasy, and courage without clarity is recklessness. You need both, someone who knows what they want and is brave enough to pursue it. A man who truly wants to be with you is not going to hide behind excuses or drag his feet indefinitely. He won't say things like "it's complicated" or "I need more time to figure things out," while continuing to string you along. If he genuinely wants to build something with you, he'll get clear, not just about his feelings for you, but about what he's willing to risk and change to make that relationship happen. That means ending what he's currently in, being honest with everyone involved, and showing up for you with intention, not just emotion. It's easy for people to fall into patterns of emotional attachment without ever taking the next step. You become the person he confides in, the one he fantasizes about, the one he escapes to mentally when his current relationship isn't fulfilling. But fantasy is safe. It doesn't require consequences. It doesn't require accountability. He can enjoy the connection with you without having to deal with the discomfort of breaking up, confronting his own behavior, or facing the reality of what it means to actually choose you. That's not love, that's avoidance. Real love demands bravery. It requires someone to look at their life and say, I'm not where I want to be, and I'm going to change that. It demands the maturity to have hard conversations, to close one chapter before opening another, and to make decisions that reflect integrity. And if he's not doing that, then he's not actually ready to be with you, no matter what he says, because saying, I want you, while staying with someone else isn't a declaration of love. It's an unwillingness to make a choice. You cannot build something real with someone who is afraid to let go of their safety net. Love is never built on indecision. It's built on clarity, knowing who you are, what you want, and who you're choosing. And it's built on courage stepping up, even when it's hard, because the person you care about is worth it. So when you're with someone who has feelings for you but keeps delaying the next move, ask yourself, is he being brave or just comfortable? Is he showing clarity or hiding behind confusion? Because love doesn't just need depth, it needs direction. Without it, you're just stuck in emotional quicks and always hoping, never moving forward. If he truly wants you, he'll prove it not with words, but with bold, clear, consistent action. And if he won't, that says everything. There's a dangerous illusion in thinking that just because someone is giving you emotional attention, they're also emotionally available. But attention isn't the same as presence, and presence isn't the same as commitment. A man can send you sweet texts, have long, deep conversations late at night, tell you things he doesn't share with his partner, and still not be emotionally available to you in any real way. Emotional intimacy can feel powerful, even intoxicating, but if it isn't backed by availability, it can become a trap. When a man is in a relationship but still leans on you emotionally, he's creating a bond that mimics connection without the accountability of a real relationship. He gets to enjoy the warmth of your support, your understanding, and your affection, without actually showing up for you in return. And often, this behavior isn't even framed as cheating. It's disguised as just talking, or just being close. But emotional infidelity is real, and it can be just as damaging as the physical kind. He may open up to you in ways he doesn't with his partner. He might tell you he feels misunderstood in his current relationship, that things are complicated, or that you're the only one who really gets him. And because you care, because you're human, it's easy to become his safe space. But in becoming his emotional support, you're also allowing him to bypass the hard work of dealing with his actual relationship or facing his emotional immaturity. This kind of connection keeps you emotionally hooked while giving you very little in return. You start interpreting every conversation, every message, every moment of vulnerability as a sign that he's inching closer to choosing you. But people don't accidentally stay stuck. They stay because it's easier. He knows he has your emotional support. He knows he can count on your attention, so why would he risk that by making a real choice? Someone who is emotionally available is not just willing to talk to you. They are ready to build with you. They're not hiding behind someone else or tangled up in unresolved baggage. They've made space in their life for connection. When a man is truly available, you'll know it. He won't leave you guessing. He won't keep you on the sidelines while he continues a relationship with someone else. He will be consistent, clear, and courageous in his pursuit of you. Emotional attention is often a comforting distraction, especially when it feels real and deep. But don't let that fool you. Ask yourself, is this person actually available to love me fully, or are they simply borrowing pieces of me to feel better about their own confusion? Because if he's coming to you for emotional intimacy but hasn't made himself fully available to be with you, then what he's offering is not love, it's emotional dependency. And that's not what you're here for. You deserve someone who doesn't just lean on you when it's convenient. You deserve someone who stands beside you, fully present, fully available, and fully committed. There's a quiet kind of strength in walking away from someone who won't choose you. It's not loud or dramatic. It doesn't always come with closure or an apology. But it's one of the most powerful things you can do, because it's a moment where you stop waiting, stop hoping, and start valuing yourself above someone else's indecision. Walking away doesn't mean you didn't care. It means you cared about yourself enough to stop settling for emotional crumbs. It's easy to stay attached to the idea that things might change, that one day he'll wake up, realize what he's about to lose, and finally choose you. That the connection you share must mean something too big to ignore, and maybe it does mean something, but if it's not turning into action, it's not love that you can build on. Staying in a place where someone is undecided about you keeps you trapped. You become stuck in a cycle of almosts and maybes, where your worth is quietly eroded by the weight. But when you walk away, you take back control. You stop allowing someone else's lack of clarity to shape your emotional reality. You say, "I'm not going to stand here hoping to be chosen. I'm choosing myself." That's not giving up, that's letting go of what's not choosing you back. And that shift, that's where your real power lies. People often confuse leaving with weakness, like you couldn't handle it or that you gave up too soon. But truthfully, staying in a situation where you're not being loved fully takes far more of your energy than leaving ever will. When you walk away, you reclaim that energy, you begin to heal. You start to remember what it feels like to not be constantly questioning your worth or wondering where you stand. You make space, emotional, mental, spiritual space, for something better to come into your life. It also sends a very clear message. You are not someone who waits in the wings. You are not available for half, love, emotional limbo, or being someone's what if. You are available for real connection, full presence, and conscious commitment. And that boundary, that self-respect, doesn't push love away. It attracts the kind of love that's aligned with your value. Sometimes walking away is what finally makes the other person see your worth, but that's not why you do it. You do it because you've outgrown the version of yourself that settles. You walk away because your peace matters more than someone else's comfort. And if one day he realizes what he lost, it'll be too late, because the person who finally gets to be with you will be the one who didn't need to be convinced. They'll know, they'll choose, and they'll stay. The strength to walk away is not just about letting go of someone else. It's about walking toward yourself, toward your standards, your boundaries, and the kind of love you know, deep down, you truly deserve. Thank you.